Hello everybody. Hello Roy. Hello Mrs. Chi. And this is a special commission from Roy to his girlfriend for anniversary gift. She has a beautiful Chinese name, and I explained it in the video description if you are interested in learning the cultural meaning of a Chinese lady's name. Could be very classic, very elegant, very graceful. Unlike the English names, you have basically very few options for ladies or for men, for boys and girls name, and then you have zillions of family names. In Chinese, only 100 family names, and they don't really carry much meaning. It could be a place name, official name, or anything that passed down from the old generation. The largest family name, one of them is Li, my family name, but this lady's family name is pretty rare, very unique. I have never carved before, so it takes some time for me to balance the composition. I had, I think, let me show you, 2 options for the client. Usually I do more than one, just to let my client choose which one they like. So for balance, oops, I think it doesn't load, sorry. We do it, technical issues. Yeah, this is one of the design I made. It's combination of yin and yang, with the last name in great seal script, and first name in small seal script. They come from different historical period. One is from the Bronze Age, the other is from the Han Dynasty. And both are very old, dated back to 2,000 to 3,000 years. The Chinese written system is still alive. In today's script, we write, it is like this. We have this traditional and the simplified Chinese. In the seal, we always use traditional. The first character Chu, the last name, and Shen. Means victory or surpass. Lan. Okay, I think it's very sophisticated. Like this. It's blue. The indigo comes from blue, but better than blue. That's what that means. It's indigo blue. It's better Suggesting new generation is better than the old, or be more creative. When you learn tradition, you derive from tradition, but develop further. To be more creative, growing, kind of very creative artistic name. It's not artistic name. It's some personal name. It could be very inspiring from her parents. Okay. Let's do the seal now. As you can see, I have this seal and on the corner, and I've made some more print in black white, and I'll flip onto the stone here. Why we flip it? Because the stamp would be like this, and the image on the stone, the imprint is like this. Stamp on the rock, it's the opposite. It's mirrored, so we mirror it. And I use a special liquid called acetone nail polish remover. It works with only the laserjet or tonal cartridge printer or copier, not with regular inkjet. Okay. Usually we just use the ink we use for writing calligraphy and the water. You can do the same thing, but we have to use a very thin rice paper to flip it. Or you can just write, copy it by hand, writing the mirrored image, mirrored characters. More challenge. If you make a mistake, you have to copy the design or trace the design again. And this way it's much convenient. Okay, I think it's a little bit too dry. I think I will make another effort. So we erase it with a sandpaper. Yeah, if you have an old seal, you can recycle it from your grandparents or someone, or you can buy it on eBay. But I do charge a handling fee. But yeah, you can erase the old seal to recover it, to have it recarved by me, so you can use it. And it's very common. Okay, so let me try again. This time the timing is very important. You only have like 10 seconds, not too long or too wait for too long or too soon. So you have a perfect imprint. I've seen people glue it first. You don't have to. I think I just hold it. Use my fingers. Sometimes I use a scrubber. I think it's a little better. The design is itself has what I call it's a full stroke, like a very full with. So I will just use the ink to make up. As you can see from very early on, I already have any reason to produce a different outcome even from the approved design. That's why I make this video to record in the circumstance. If that happens, I have to adapt. It's part of the authenticity of a hand-carved seal. You cannot really duplicate. And with the stone, there's no computer or 3D printer kind of engraver, laser engraver can do, because the stone is very hard. You require a sharp tool like hard alloy metal to cut. Even though I have the right tool for the stones, doesn't mean I can carve all kinds of rocks like a jade. I cannot do it. You can buy these tools from Blue Heron Arts. I dropped it with some silicone clay kind of glue, just to make it easier for grading and less hurting my fingers. So this is the tool we use for centuries for carving the soapstones. This is soapstone. It's kind of more crispy than sandstone, similar to that kind of soft stone, but it's not so soft. You can hear the sound. I wish. Very crispy sound, not a sandy stone. There are some cheap ones you can buy from online, but so the price varies. This one is called infield. 今天 is a very classical stone we use. Very spontaneous kind of natural chipping effect. If it doesn't chip, it's like a sized paper, you know what I mean, for very detailed work. But I do like the kind of chipping to create, I call antique or vintage look. Yeah. Same thing like the lettering in vintage style leather. You have like chipping kind of. You're looking at the right image, but I'm looking at this mirror image. I have a flipped version here. Let me just put it here so you can also see. Sorry about the noise. Let me zoom in a little more. That's the closest I can get. This stone is 3/4 inch, and later on I will carve 1 inch. Only by number you cannot really tell. See, the 1 inch and 3/4 inch or ½ inch, they're significantly different. See, this is 1 inch, this is 3/4 inch. You can see the difference. Can you see that? So it's much bigger, huh? This is another mood seal for cutest artist. I'll do it later. Maybe tomorrow if I don't have time to do it today. We'll see. And in this kind of hand carvings, it's like a calligraphy. We try to keep sense of energy, organic energy shape. So they're not very even or leveled, because you see I got some sand there. They are not even. This stone is, wow, this is hard. It's very hard. It's like glass. Okay. Let me see if I can use a tool. Some part is as soft as sandy stone, but this part you have to go like a pixel by pixel. To crush that. I have a feeling I will spend more time than I planned, because the stone is different. Each stone is different. But for this kind of stone, you have certainly the more vintage antique look, because it's done with like we call it warm bite kind of traces on the wood, or stone rusted. I mean, not stone brown, rusted bronze seal. So we just go little by little, and each stroke takes 2 cuts at least, from left and right. But, yeah. You have to be very careful not to slip. It's very hard, like sand, glass. Can smoke on the side. Okay. Sometimes they're quite soft. To use a lot of force, so it keeps. I have to redo this rub, I think, afterwards. This is what we call line quality of this rock or metal. So when you write on paper with a soft brush, you're supposed to mimic this kind of stroke. So you go with shaking hand like that, because you cannot write fast on stone. or like a sandy beach with a stick. That kind of. Okay. This knife, exactly the knife, you can get for $20 from our website, Buddha Arts. If you want to give a hand yourself, you can buy the stones and other tools also. You know, so for this kind of line, it's caused by both my intention and the material or the media. So this is why you like to use stones, not plastic or other alternatives, because it has the charm of the nature, texture. You see these 4 vertical strokes looks parallel, but they're not. They have very subtle concave or convex. They're kind of very subtle rhythm variation and pattern. Has to do with kind of calligraphy. Just like calligraphy strokes with a brush. We call this tool, the cutting tool, iron brush. Brush made of iron. So one stroke takes 10 cuts maybe, or more. These. But you you try to make it look like one in the end. You cannot make some part swell with no reason, or some part very thin with no cause. There's a sequential order and perspective. Which one comes first? Which one? And stroke order. Yeah, it has to do with perspective, depth. Maybe that's the better words to put. You may see some extra spots, but that's part of the beauty of seal engraving art. In Japanese, they call it wabi-sabi. You know, like a pottery, they have some sand in the clay, or some chipping, some kind of imperfections. It's part of the beauty of imperfection. Known as wabi-sabi aesthetics. But you cannot make it to look too intentional, like this concave looks like concave. That's wrong. You make it looks like straight, but it's not. That's just like you look at a natural tree. There's not 1 inch is straight, but it is straight in gravity, following the law of gravity and growth towards the sun. You know, the same reason this stroke has the energy of life as of its own, and the cover can feel it, and the viewer can feel it. So you try to convey the vitality into it. So they have this movement, vitality, movement of energy. Flow of energy. Okay. So this one. So you see this rectangular shape is also has a little triangular and a little angle. It's a little round corner. And some chipping just happened. I cannot really make everything as designed, but the design should leave a lot of freedom in creation process. So I'm going to work on the second character shortly. There will be a long time to adjust, I feel, because this stone is hard to get it polished. One shot, one cut. It's a very classic wedding or anniversary gift with stone, because it symbolizes longevity. The stone lasts longer. Then they have a billion years of they formed in the early stage of the Earth formation with a very high temperature, like a volcano and other natural forces. So, and they are very old, and they will last longer than humans. So, symbolize long-lasting relationship. Okay. And this one's the second character. Very calligraphic. Almost like a one cut, because there's a smaller strokes, tight space. This style is known as the full white stroke style. The carving style. Full means thicker. Looks like very chaotic. Hopefully you will have a pixel in the degrees left that suggesting the horizontal strokes between the verticals. Okay, I'll leave it. By luck, cannot really see. Where do I get this idea? I research online and sometimes in books. I have for ancient seals that has the same character, and I collect all of them and find suitable ones to go together with each other, and then I kind of adapt them to the composition. Two hands. Okay. This radical part. It's two hands. One. One shot, one long. It's almost like flower, leaves. These are hands, fingers. Fourth foot, maybe, I'm not sure, on the bottom. Leaf. Okay. I do the envelope, just like I do painting. And then the inside. Pay attention to the hole. Okay. The glass radical for the last color, indigo. Shit. Okay. That's planned, huh? What just happens? The last part here is like a utensil container. Contains the dye or the paints of indigo. Okay, it's very hard. This very small stone for many strokes. It would be better if we have larger space. Unfortunately, most common size for people's name seal, most useful is this size. So that's why you can see the ancient masters did this almost like a very blurred strokes because there are too many. But it's certainly eligible, readable for reading and understanding. You know, just like if you have the accent or intonation correct, you have some missing sound in a sentence, if people still can understand. I would say, like when you brush your teeth and you speak to someone, they can still understand, right? Because the general structure or the intonation of the sentence, composition of the character is more important the individual strokes. People can still read it if missing some parts. They love it. Our mind love these missing links in art. We call it idea complete with absence of stroke. So we sometimes just chip in some strokes to make it look more artistic. And archaeologists, we always pieces together broken objects. Okay, have to be very imaginative to do that. But we always have some background knowledge learned from similar objects or principles of things. So as long as we follow the basic principles, the blue, the indigo is coming from blue with a better with potentiality. It's more suggestive, and we have some kind of room for imagination. Always. Well, we have chipping edges to match the style of the stroke. So just create some random marks. Round up the corners to make it more organic. When I was young, we watched TV on this kind of monitor with round corners. That's what I try to produce for these corners. And you can leave one squarish, one side. I want it more jagged, one smoother. It's okay. Well, we'll see how it looks, and I'll do some fine tuning. Wish me good luck. We don't know really if it will work. Looks like very chaotic. Wow, how sharp. Okay, I'm going to dust off this old toothbrush. just use just blower. Now let's try this. And because the stone is hard, I use a rubber pad. You can use a thin book or magazine, and I put a mirror just to keep it the bottom firm. With a whole pad, and I would sign later on the left side, so you will have the orientation. I just sign here. Oh, I already because when I sign, I would sign very close to the surface, because in the future people may erase it, and my name will be erased. So if needed, we have to recarve. So I'm not going to sign until the last minute. I use an older pad just to clean up some debris. You will have debris when you get it. Okay. I blow a little because this ink is pretty dry, old. So I blow a little moisture. Even if it's fresh, you can also do so. This it's an old trick. Will make the imprint less grainy, more smooth. Okay. Let's see. Press evenly, and you can shake gently. Don't move. Just hold the paper like that. Lift. Uh-oh. Well, it's close, yeah, I would say. And the edges are maybe too thick, but it looks nice. Maybe we should keep some. You can see some leftover sand there. I had to take it out one by one pixel at a time. Only those meaningful will be left in the end. We've got this two characters a little merged, but that's okay, I think. Okay, I'll make a little bit distinction. This is on the hard side. Okay, I connect some extra spots there, maybe. You're all left. No, it's fun to watch this part, I understand. And this is the most time-consuming part. Because it's very confusing sometimes. Very easy to mess up. Modify the design a little bit because this part is a little bit confusing. I want to make it clear. Okay, I think it should be fine. We do another imprint next to this one, see if it's getting cleaner. This time I use my fresh ink. The ink quality has much to do with the clarity of the imprint. See? You know, as the authenticity mark, sometimes we don't like, you know, the seal look like very clean, neat, computer generated seal, because it's easy to reproduce. So as long as it's beautiful, you know, you can have some chipping, some personality, some ridged strokes, and some missing ones. Like I said, wabi-sabi, imperfect beauty. Whoops, I got a really big one. Let me see. Sometimes it happens at the last minute. We sometimes put the seal in a blind box with some objects, hard objects in it, and just shake. Let it bump into each other and create random chipping marks. it's really hard, we'll make it cleaner. Yeah, I like it. See that the last chipping that kind of merge this fine separation line, the space white, red into a large, a merged shape, combined shape that actually adds to it. Do you agree? Because that contrasts with the really separation we need between the two mouth radicals. So this big mouth on top combined with the top borderline, so to speak, that actually hold it without any problem. I see that's some part is like a divine touch. I cannot really control. It's by chance. I can say it's a luck today. It could have ruined it, but I love it. I like that. That I always say a beautiful mistake. It's the mother of beautiful work. So I also don't care this kind of combined shape. So it keep the two characters connected. You can have very good separated, but it's kind of because this two is repetitive. So you have one clearing it's good. The other just archaeologist is easy to tell. It's symmetrical. Yeah. So this is it sometimes it just make it's more give people more reason to guess and to figure out, to pay for it, yeah, to stare at. Yeah. So I really like the result so far. You can see from this to this it's how evolved. And finally I'll just clean up this corner a little bit because a little bit too. Let me see, on this side, left is right. Sometimes that's a very easy mistake. Just clean up this, make this part smoother, thinner maybe. Because the energy, I feel it has to be thinner. That's okay. Yeah, this extra margin is good because it contrasts with this large shape of white, and that's the beginning of the name. To indicate that. Okay, that's it. I'm going to put it in a collection book. In my collection book, with all my works done. Starting last year, I guess, a year before, it's almost filled. We have the last page here. So I'm going to put this on, and I don't have time today for doing another seal. Already past 1 hour, so I will reschedule it to tomorrow morning for 2 seals. That will be both on tomorrow morning on Sunday. Hope to see you. This is on rice paper. Different surface may be different. It's a little different, more texture. I'll sign it now before I end the video. So this is the left. You got a natural marking there. try to work the sand. Chinese name 小辉 okay final copy for the client. Signature on the left. Press evenly, very hard, hold it up. Okay, and let's try one more time. Put some moisture to smooth out. I'm gonna press a little less, very evenly. You have a narrow edge. Because it's like a, see, this is like a 3D relief. If you press harder, you'll get a thicker red. Yeah. But you know, each print is different, so I wish you happy. Hope you. Happy anniversary for Wei and Shènglán. Okay, thanks for